This is going to be Throne of the Tides as a Mistweaver monk. Finally, we can get out of... Oh, I just did a pet battle, huh? Okay. Finally, we can get out of the Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King zone and into Cataclysm dungeons. These are pretty cool. Maybe not this one, but most of them are. I don't like this one very much. It's alright, but it's not great. That quest didn't want to accept. It did it, but it didn't look like it did it. So you might notice my experience bar is still disabled. This run actually happened before any of the Icecrown Citadel dungeons, and I think even before Trial of the Champion. Once I got to 80, I decided I wanted to do some of this. Ooh, you're having some latency, or maybe I am. Whenever you see somebody running in place like that, that means their connection has been interrupted. Protection Paladin, some kind of warrior, Shadow Priest apparently, and something else. Another Paladin, I guess? Sure. Retribution. Alright, so, yeah, this actually happened before any of the super hard Wrath of the Lich King dungeons had happened. I came here to get equipment for them because I was feeling a little behind on it. It used to be that if you went to, like, the next expansion and did, you know, one dungeon in it, you get stuff that was a way higher eye level than what you had access to before, but with the way level scaling works now, that's not really true, so I didn't really get anything here particularly better than what I could have gotten just running the things I wanted to run. Okay, I completed one of those. So there's like these little archaeology mini-quest things there. While I was busy doing that, my tank was dying. People are standing in the green. Don't stand in the green, it's pretty deadly. Anyway, yeah, so there's these little things you can interact with and feed them an archaeology item and get a temporary buff for the dungeon. I don't normally do that, but apparently I did it here. There was a thing happening there that was kind of subtle. It's much more obvious and heroic, which I saw when I was running this place in time walking. There's a debuff that gets put on players where a certain amount of healing will be absorbed, and it can look like their health bar has completely emptied, with like a little transparent region on it. I hadn't been here in a while, and I didn't remember... it's nice that this warrior is so talkative here, because I didn't remember what was going on in this spot. There's a jellyfish that comes down. It's an elevator. Elevator jellyfish. Takes a long time to go down and up. But yeah, you come in here and go straight up the elevator, kill two things up there, and then... Yeah, okay, he's explaining many things. Being the dungeon guide, he is the flag carrier. So anyway, yeah, so like just looking at the map as you come in, you'll see the layout and where the bosses are, but it doesn't really communicate what order is necessary to kill them. It looks like you can just get to everything at the start, that you can't. This Shadow Priest has body and soul. I know how that works. That shield won't do much, but it's a nice little speed boost. Right, yeah, so this is some sort of gauntlet event here. Keep on moving because things will keep coming if you hold still. Okay, that's an arms warrior, I guess. I see that blade storm. He is enormous. Must have some sort of effect on him that increases his size, because, like, you know, male Tauren are large, but not that much larger than a Pandaren. I'm pretty big, too. He is extra huge. I seem to remember I wasn't feeling, like, particularly on my game as I was going through here. This place can be a little confusing if you haven't seen it in a while, or you're seeing it for the first time. Yeah, it's not that complicated, but I don't know, it just throws me off somehow. Alright, so Lady Nuzjar, yes you are, I saw you doing the Running Man earlier. That's a thing. Spirit Mender, yeah, okay, those will do large amounts of healing if you let them. So don't let them. So this was kind of a normal thing you would see in Cataclysm dungeons back in the day. You know, you'd mark a skull, mark an X, it's like kill skull first, kill X second, then focus on just whatever's remaining. Focusing fire was very necessary because Cataclysm dungeons were serious. They've been retuned, they're less so. Still a little bit of a jump in difficulty from the Burning Crusade Wrath of the Lich King stuff. Although, I don't know, there's something weird about the dungeon scaling. Maybe it's just the particular players I end up with, but sometimes I'll get into a dungeon and just, like, everything dies just about instantly. Okay, I'm rolling over that tooltip just barely. Some amount of healing absorbed. And that manifests as transparent portion of the health bar, making it look like he has a lot less health than he actually has. But yeah, so some dungeons I'll get into, just everything dies instantly, nobody takes any damage, it's like we just completely wreck the place. Some dungeons I'll come to and it's the total opposite, like we'll barely be alive, have a bunch of wipes on just normal stuff. And it can be the same dungeon in both of those situations. It's just really hard to get a feel for whether that has something to do with the way the scaling algorithm works, like if you get a certain level spread among players, maybe it works differently, or something? Or if it's just the players who are there, you know, have subpar gear, or aren't pressing their defensive buttons, or aren't focusing fire very well, or aren't doing much damage. I don't know, I just don't know how to get an answer to, like, why it's sometimes one way and sometimes another. So far this looks like one of those, runs that is tuned on the easier side. Like, things aren't really causing a problem here. But maybe it's just because I remember what this looks like on time walking mode. Lady Nuzjar. Okay, so I don't know what she does on normal. On heroic at the very least. At twice she's going to stop in the middle and become invincible for a while. Don't stand in that. That's gonna hurt. Yep, there it goes. I anticipated. I was ready with the healing. Doesn't hurt that bad on normal.
Take arms, minions.
Alright, take arms, minions, right? See depths. That means she's invulnerable. Stop attacking her and go mess with the others who have appeared. Her shield will go away once they're dead. There's a similar mechanic with Watcher Nadox, was that his name? From Ankahet? Something like that. An Ankahar Guardian hatches. Gotta go kill it before boss becomes vulnerable again. So, same sort of thing here. And that's gonna happen once more during this fight. Oof! Okay. I guess that was from taking the big water spouts. Yeah, so I think a difference on heroic is she goes to the middle, and while she's channeling that invulnerability whirlpool thing, a bunch of little whirlpools are coming out of here. If you get caught in one, you get kind of stunned and pushed out to the edge of the room. So you have, like, this extra thing to dodge during that. Oh boy, I stood in a bad place and got a lot of attention. Yup, that's... I got a lot of attention and nobody pulled it off me, and I wasn't quite ready to heal through that much damage. Sometimes when you're in combat it lets you release spirit, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know what determines that. Right now it's not letting me. I see flashes of lights from the Retribution Paladin. I played Anikal as a Retribution Paladin a time or two in a dungeon. It's actually kind of fun and cool. It feels weird because I have a lot of supporting abilities, like things I can do. You know, I'm not a healer, I'm not a tank, but there are things I can do to support the party beyond just, like, deal damage. I don't know, it's neat. Anyway. So they got it done without me. Good for them. Oh, and then they died from a water spout. Oh, that was special. What's happening to this Shadow Priest? She's casting Shadow Mend. I decided to release, apparently. It took me here. Oh yeah, cinematic happens. I figured, okay, combat's over. I'm back in the middle of nowhere. I can actually just watch this for once. Just let the cinematic play. Let's see what it looks like. Tentacle goes away. Normally I would just skip this and get back with my group right away, but I don't know. I guess I decided I could take the time right now. A whole lot of lightning's happening. Alright, octopus pulls away from something or other. We'll meet that octopus shortly. No reason to release. Yeah, sure. I thought that priest was dying, though. Okay, well, other people did it too. So anyway, everybody has to run back. Oh, and go up this super long elevator too. So that's going to take a bit. Okay, there we go. I came to this elevator just as it was leaving and missed a cycle, so I had to wait for the next one. So I'm the last one to come back here. That's fine. Everybody's there. There's, what's this guy's name? Commander Ulthak? Is that what that says? In the middle of the room, a new dude appears in this room that we had gone through before. Yeah, Commander Ulthak, the Festering Prince, whatever that means. Okay. Right, Sterilizer here explains the battle. There's a bunch of purple on the floor, don't stand in it. That's basically it. Oh boy, that's some pretty heavy damage on you. What happened to me? Oh, I'm being squeezed. Okay, so that's a thing that happens. Alright, so presumably I had no control of my character there, just he holds on to me for a little while. Does a bunch of damage. So make sure everybody's topped up enough that they can do without their healer for a few seconds. Alright, here come the purple circles. I think those expand over time. Someone else getting squeezed now. It's the Shadow Priest. I'm not doing anything about it. There we go. Alright, he's basically dead and raging, so expect more damage coming. Alright. Yeah, I was like super off my game here. Ugh. This is messy. I'm getting it done, but this is not pretty. I think there's a teleporter back to the beginning here, so you don't have to take the elevator back down. You only have to take it up. So click on that. And you go back to the beginning. Could turn it into a quest. Other people are doing it, so I guess I will too.
For the Horde.
It gave me some chest armor. Mindbender Gersha, that's right. Yeah, so optional boss, you can skip him if you want, but we don't. It's part of a quest and kind of fun to fight, I guess. I don't know. This warrior is really taking charge of the dungeon. Taking his dungeon guide seriously. Yeah, why you queue with that? Wants to communicate. I haven't said anything, but I am listening. Right, so these gill goblins here have surprisingly nasty poisons. So be ready for more damage than you'd think from there. We can do it with the three of us. Let's just go. Right, so that's the thing I got from the archaeology thingy. 10% something I didn't get a chance to read. I don't know. So yeah, Ozamat, final boss. Mindbender Gersha is the optional one in between. You have a firework. Well, isn't that fancy? Okay, yeah, so Mastery hasn't really kicked in much yet. I'm still doing the Thunder Focus Tea. Oh yeah, these are fun. So Faceless Watchers. You beat on them a little bit, then they'll levitate everybody up in the air, pull them right to above them, and do a big earthquake that you want to move out of super quick, because they do a lot of damage. Don't be near that. I was not nearly aggressive enough about moving out of that. But yeah, you'll end up right in the center of it. I want to use a roll or a chi torpedo or whatever to get out of it. So I only take 1 or 2 ticks of damage. Just like everything, more important on heroic. The damage is greater. Can sort of get away with ignoring it on normal. This is a very talky group. I don't remember this, but that's how they are. They have lots to say to each other. I'm not talking. Didn't feel like it. Didn't need to. How'd this guy find me? Huh. Guess he didn't get picked up by the Avengers shield and stuff. There we go, I found my roll button. I should probably heal myself at some point. There we go, I notice. Man, this is just not a pretty performance all around. I do remember, this was a while ago at this point, but I do have a memory of, like, getting this footage and thinking, oh, this is not great, but I don't really want to run that dungeon again with this character, so I guess I'll just go with it. I'm trying to do a thing now where I get all of my characters synchronized at the same level, so that I can run, like, focus on one dungeon and say, alright, today I'm running Mana Tombs or whatever. I mentioned that just because that's the next one I have to do for this. And alright, I'm going to do it on Protection Warrior, Protection Paladin, Guardian Druid, Beastmaster Hunter, Assassination Rogue, all the things that I'm playing and trying to level to 120. I don't know if I'm going to enjoy that, like running the same dungeon 7 or 8 times in a row on every character, and just taking, like, alright, for the tank roll, what's the best footage I get? Oh yeah, 2 of those dudes at once, by the way. Double ground pound, pretty nasty. Yeah, people had some trouble. Wow. Anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna see how that works, just because it's weird to have everybody all over the place and, have this super old footage mixed with pretty new footage, memories fade, etc. If my other healers catch up to where this one is by that time, maybe I'll have some different options for which to show in the healer perspective too. Mistweaver's cool, but not everything needs to be done by this specific character. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll hate doing the same dungeon 8 times in a row. Maybe I won't. I don't know. But yeah, right now several of my characters are level 68 with first 4 Burning Crusade and first 4 Wrath of the Lich King dungeons done, and a whole lot to go in that bracket. Oh shoot, I got locked out. No, I didn't. Okay, I managed to walk through the door before the animation finished. So, it counted. Somehow. Not every boss does this. Whoa, okay, that was a pretty hefty fire breath. I need something much stronger than Essence Font. Revival's on cooldown, so just hope people don't take too much damage before I get to them. Yeah, when I'm playing like this, I don't think I'm going to be able to save all these people. I'll try. Yeah, no, that didn't work so well. Aranak Stonespeaker, kind of serious, actually. Also, yeah, he's not Mindbender Gershaw, but Mindbender Gershaw is on his head. Aranak Stonespeaker is one we're trying to save from the dude who's sucking out his brains. Alright, well, let's all run back again, I guess. Alright, so Sterilizer has a good point here. I was too busy healing to bother dispelling the trailing component of the fire breath, but I should totally do that because then that's just less healing I need to do in the future. So that one right there, get rid of it. There we go, I did it. It used to be that dispels didn't have cooldowns. You were only limited by the amount of mana and cooldowns you wanted to spend on them. You know, like global cooldown actions. But now, all of them, you know, you can only do one and then you have to wait a little while to do another. Revival's up. Use. Maybe. I don't need to. It's fine. Retribution Paladin's helping out in the healing. If I'm keeping up, I certainly prefer that not to be the case, especially if you're the tank and you're going to cast and disable your block and parry chance and stuff. Oh, by the way, so this is a two-phase fight. You beat down Aranak Stonespeaker for a little while. Then he gets released. Mindbender Gershaw instead goes on one of your party members. This is one of those things that's like Baroness Anastari or that dude in Sunken Temple where, you know, the person gets mind-controlled and you want to damage them for a little while so that he comes off. I think in this one you cannot kill your friend by damaging them too quickly. You just want to beat them down as quick as you can so he comes off. Every mechanic like that is a little bit different, so it always messes me up to remember, like, which way do you handle this? I don't know, it's weird. And this one you just attack full force, and it's fine. I think. I don't know if I'm saying the right thing here because they're all different and it's hard to remember. So anyway, two-phase fight. I found out later on a different character that if you die in the second phase, that's actually just a failure condition. If you come back, Aranak Stonespeaker's still here on the ground, but Mindbender Gershaw does not come back, and you can't kill him, and can't complete that quest if you do that. So that's annoying. But fortunately we died only in the first phase, and were able to get it done. Whatever size effect is on this guy, boy, he really loves those fireworks, huh? It's persisting through death, apparently, or he's reapplying it or something. Okay, so, just one boss to go. It's a weird one that I don't really like very much. Also, there's a hallway before it, which is also a weird one that I don't like very much. There's a comfortable way to handle it, and lots of uncomfortable ways to do it. It's another gauntlet where things spawn continuously, which, you know, those are always hard to handle. Let's see, what was the good way to do this? I saw somebody do it a way I really liked. I think you want to run straight to the big elemental dudes, like that one we're seeing there. Just ignore everything along the way, pretty much. Stop at each one of those and kill it, then move on to the next one. That seemed to be the nicest way to get this done. Rougher ways would include going too slowly and just letting a lot of little dudes pile up, or trying to take too many tainted sentries at once. Sometimes I see people try to pull them all to the very back of the hallway, and that's a mess. Swell, that's a fun one to spell steal if you're a mage. Gives you a lot of haste and other stuff, and you can steal it. I think it's a lot of haste. I forget. Anyway, it does some cool stuff. Yeah, so look at all these dudes who've piled up. You gotta keep moving. Get to the back. I thought there were 3 tainted sentries, or 4. I only saw 2? Oh, there are 2 more here at the door. Got it. Okay. I don't know what exactly the conditions are for opening this door and letting you through. Maybe it's just all tainted sentries die? Let's see if it lines up with that. That's probably what it is. That would make the most sense, wouldn't it? So right now? Yes, door opens. Okay, that's what it is then, probably. They leave puddles on the ground, so, you know, don't step in them. So Neptulon's here. He's some kind of water lord, something. He's our friend. We won't be fighting him. So I think you talk to him to start the encounter. I missed my chance to drink. That's fine, I have enough mana. This encounter's not too serious, for the most part. Wait, hold on. Phase 2, giant tentacle monster spawns. Tank needs to kite it. What? What are you talking about? Well, I haven't tanked this dungeon in a while, so maybe there's a mechanic I'm forgetting, but... Phase 2, giant tentacle monster. Are you sure about this? Is it the unyielding behemoth?
Patience. The waters are nearly cleansed.
For those of you who don't know this game's jargon, kite means to run away from something and have it follow you. I guess the idea is it's like you're flying a kite, and that thing is trailing behind you like that. Is that a well-known term outside of WoW jargon? I don't know. Maybe it is. So yeah, vicious mind lashers show up, etc. Unyielding behemoths, bunch of little murlocs and things. Just gotta fight random dudes until the game decides you can go on to the rest of this fight.
It must not pollute my water.
What is this Tauren thinking is phase 2? So yeah, faceless sappers, they don't fight back, you just have to deal a bunch of damage to them. If you do this too slow, I think bad things happen. Yeah, all that stuff in the ground is puddling up. So, you know, as usual, don't stand... Okay, Blight Beast, that's the one you don't want to be close to, I think? Yeah, that's the one. So stay away from Blight Beast. Or just don't bother, because it's normal, and you can heal right through it. Actually, that didn't even do, like, a noticeable amount of damage, but I think the Blight Beast is what he was talking about. Okay, yeah, that looks a little nastier. Okay, yeah, I remember now. That is true. Probably a good idea. Don't stay too close to those, but still somehow keep threat on them from range. Not the easiest thing to do since most threat-generating abilities are in melee, but paladins have some pretty good ranged ones. You got Judgment, you got Avenger's Shield. Always got Hand of Reckoning, but you know, that has a cooldown and only generates so much threat. So yeah, Neptulon makes us huge and gives us a ridiculous damage boost, so we can fight this giant octopus, Ozumat, who's sapping his power or something. I don't know. This is just weird and goofy. Nothing sounds right, nothing looks right, nothing feels right. I don't like this fight. Also, Ozumat doesn't really die, he just kind of goes away. So we chase him off in giant form. And since he doesn't leave a lootable corpse, we get a cache of treasure at the end. Neptulon's just gone. Where'd he go? Huh. Okay, he turned into a chest. Alright. Well, this was a nice friendly warrior. He was cool. Took his dungeon guide role seriously. I should be teleporting out, shouldn't I? Do I have a quest to turn in? I don't. It looks like I already... Oh, I had a Trial of the Champion quest. Okay, so this would be in between one of my failed runs on that and my successful one. Trying to figure out... Okay, yeah, I can just leave. Alright, so that was a real messy throw into the tides. But it was the best footage I had with this character. I'll see you next time.